Hello, my beautiful Cancers. How are you? I apologize I did not get your December readings out, so I am starting out with those 3 that I did not get done last month. I also will have a little special treat for you guys at the end, just kind of my way of saying, hey, I apologize. So, let's begin, shall we? I hope you guys had the most amazing end of the year. I hope that you guys were able to lovingly and willingly close out those chapters, those lessons, those things that no longer serve you. It's a new year. We have the most amazing eclipse season coming up, and some very powerful shifts in the sky. The astrology is looking pretty phenomenal for the month of January. So here we are, January 2019. We will start out with the I Ching. For those of you who have not joined me in the past, we have the I Ching, the Surrender deck, and those gorgeous cards on the top from the Native Spirit deck. All 3 of these decks are the overall message, the guidance, the love, the advice from your spirit guides. Number 15 with the I Ching, Modesty. The image of a mountain concealed within the earth symbolizes something bigger and more powerful than is revealed on the surface. The superior person works quietly and does not seek acclaim. A good leader does not boast of victories, but moves steadily forward with quiet confidence. Such modesty brings great respect and success. The superior person, that means higher than, works quiet, does not seek acclaim. Quiet confidence brings great respect and success. If you know your worth, you know your value, you know your abilities, do you really need anybody else to stroke your ego, to remind you how fantastic you are in order to get success or to reach your goals? No. Number 53, gradual development. Trees do not grow overnight, and a tree on a mountain faces particular challenges of wind and weather. Any expectation of rapid growth is unrealistic, and it is the slowness of a tree's growth that gives it its strength. A great endeavor takes time to gather its resources, influence the people, and plan their right action. High aspirations will be achieved, but only in their proper season. Haste will not further the situation. Any expectation of this rapid growth, this overnight success, is unrealistic. In the proper season, divine timing, even though things seem exactly right, or your passion is crazy strong, it will only come when it's meant to, in the proper season. Divine timing can be one of the hardest things. It's like a love-hate relationship. We know that it is always accurate. We know that it is never failing. We know that we will receive great blessings and abundance and love. It's just so hard to wait sometimes for that proper season to come along, right? Then we move into the Surrender deck. You guys have 2 cards in that as well. Surrender the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. Don't contribute. When we are truly in our centered state, we're tapped in, turned on, tuned in, we're on our high-flying disc like Abraham Hicks says. We don't allow others' actions or words or behaviors or our thoughts roots to create a wobble. We remain stable. And in order to get to that centered state, that being within your realm, being in the vortex, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And that's why we grow roots. It gives us time to grow those roots deep so that we are that stable tree. We don't fall over when a slight wind comes up, when things don't go exactly right. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Removing the blocks. This year, 2019, this is the year that is going to show us exactly why we have had to go through, we have had to endure all the bullshit, all of the pain, all of the what the fucks over the past 2 to 7 years, depending on your astrological placements. So don't bring those blocks, those self-imposed limitations, those self-limiting beliefs, those toxic relationships. Don't bring them in and invite them for another round. No, I love to dance, but we don't need to dance another round in that disgusting feeling, that pain, that anxiety. It's not worth it. We've got to close it out. We've got to trust that scarcity is no more, that abundance is happening. Then we move on into the 2 cards from the Native Spirit deck, Sacred Mountain and Eagle Medicine. Sacred Mountain, found on page 74. 7 plus 4, 11. Like a doorway, right? Look at that picture. I mean, the imagery in these cards has always fascinated me. But when you really sit and look at this card, the deep orange, the red, that glimmer of yellow, and that glowing green, this speaks so highly of the need for a balanced chakra set. Like, you've got to especially work on your base chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, and lastly, your heart chakra. This is all about having the confidence, having the desire to heal yourself, to let those wounds heal. If you observe rather than react, you claim your power. Stepping away from the hustle and bustle, this go, 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 go that we find ourselves in this day and age. We step away from that and we step into serenity and solitude. We're able to find our own peace, our own truth on a soul level. We've got to resist those feelings of urgency, like, oh, I've got to, get this done, and I have this list a mile long of things I need to get done. Everything plays out in divine timing. Rise above to gain this new perspective. If you are standing on top of that mountain, don't you think you could probably see pretty fucking far without any blockages? Yes. Then you have Eagle Medicine. This is found on page 44. Talk about 4s here in just a little bit. The eagle, what does it do? It soars high above all of those little details that bring drama, that bring contemplation. He rises above to have a clearer view, a higher perspective, to get clarity. You have to have clarity in order to face your fears. Moving into your work, career, and finance, we start out with a pretty common number, 4, right? So the number 4, simply put, your angels are near. They are near. A little bit more on the numerology of 4, though, is that if we think about 4, there are 4 seasons. There are 4 directions, right? Northeast, southwest. There are 4 walls, per se, to a home that creates comfort and security. If we think of a table and we want it to be sturdy, there would be 4 legs on it. Have you ever seen a dog try to walk with only 3 legs? It's not the most graceful thing. Sure, they can do it, but weeble wobble, and hopefully you don't fall down. The 4 is dependable. It's practical. It's the number of dignity, integrity. With all of that in mind, moving into this Four of Pentacles for your work, career, and finance. It's almost like, why do we have anxiety and fear? Do you see this guy? Look at this guy in this card. Do you see how tightly he is clutching these pentacles? He's holding on to them. He's got his arms full of them. So now let me ask you, are his arms free to give a hug or a high five? While these two, let's say they are father and son, while they are spending time together, sure. Does it look fun or loving? Like a heartfelt moment? Like they're bonding? Fuck no. It looks like you got a drill sergeant looking over your shoulder waiting for you to fuck up. And it looks like there is one person doing the work and having to give all of the rewards or the products to somebody who's doing diddly squat. I don't care how far he stands with his feet apart. That doesn't create confidence in my mind. The Six of Pentacles. So we have the 4 and we have the 6. 4 plus 6, 10. 10 is what we strive for. That number of completion. The after effects of a really hard journey. And while in traditional tarot, this is typically seen as a very positive card, I still feel like it's negative. I feel like it's someone who gets people to do things or be around them because they have money, like hanging it over their heads or using it to control others. Both of these cards tell me, stop holding on to shit that is not fulfilling your heart and blocking you, essentially, from your true abundance. If you need money for people to be around you, to fall at your feet, to work hard around you, you're doing something wrong. In the work, career, and finance, sure, they both have pentacles in their hands. So yeah, you're gonna have money. Just be mindful, Cancer, of how you're getting that money and if it's really fulfilling you. That's my biggest thing. Then we have your love and romantic relationships. We have 3 cards: good fortune, a prayer, and then an affirmation. So good fortune, this card says, invite magic in. It's a pretty vibrant card. It's possibly hard to see, but there's butterflies, there's rainbows, there's dragonflies. She's holding her own wand, her own magic. She knows what she has to offer, and you have to be willing to offer that to others in order to truly invite that magic in. You can't close doors. There are no limitations in this card. There's a lot of unknowns surrounding her, a lot of perhaps ghosts of the past when we look up in here, right? See the faces? We potentially have, some more up in here. However, there may be some more of these ghosts up in here, like who are these people? Who is this little crowd down here? So yeah, it can be scary. It can be the unknown. We don't really know who, where, what, when, but we have to be willing to let it in order for it to happen. Our prayer says, Dear Guardian Angel, help me to be flexible in my attitudes and beliefs. Help me not to fear the transient nature of life. Transient, not staying in one place very long. They're travelers, right? Help me to remember the eternal light, which emanates from my soul, and the eternal light, which emanates from my heart, and from the heart of every living thing. Help me to remember that I am eternally guided and loved by God and all creation. The affirmation: be aware of your language and your thoughts. The most powerful statement you can ever make, think, or feel is thank you. Be grateful for all of the blessings in your life. As we acknowledge the divine order of the life of the universe, as we acknowledge the divine order of life, the universe responds with ever greater blessings. You are a powerful creator. All you say and think resonates through the heart of creation, and creation responds accordingly. Being flexible, remembering that you are eternally guided, and being aware, being mindful of your words, your thoughts, what we say, what we believe, what we continue to think, tell ourselves, give attention to, does in fact create our reality. Acknowledging that divine timing rules above everything else has got to be your key focus, your reminder, that assistant to that thing that helps you to release the anxiety, to remove the fear. We must be thankful. We've got to be thankful for what we have. We have to resist the urge to focus on the lack. If we're always focusing on what we don't have, the universe is going to say, oh, okay, well, that's what you want to focus on. Well, here's some more to focus on. If we focus on how grateful we are for what we have, the universe is like, oh, you like having those things? Well, here, let me give you some more. I know it's easier said than done. I totally get this, Cancer. I do. But in the same respect, do you really, really, really believe that where you are right now is where you are meant to be forever and ever? Or that there are greater blessings in abundance that are being offered to you, and perhaps your stubborn ass just won't allow them in? If this was a vote, I would vote for that. I would vote that as my thought or my feeling. I'm not saying I agree with it. I just think that's probably the track you guys are on right now. And so we got to work on that. Then, because I apologize and I love you guys and I am sorry that I didn't get your reading out last month, I'm going to do 2 additional cards. Dearest you, oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous, but know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with the uncertainties of life. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it, or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you are clinging onto, and let Spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember what philosopher Joseph Campbell said. Take 1 step toward the gods and they will take 10 steps towards you. We're all doing the Destiny Cha-Cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Loving you always. Postcards from Spirit. Then we have the Camel. This card says, know that you are worthy of love. Oh, Cancer. This is what we're talking about. This is what I mean. This is why it is so imperative to let go of all of the bullshit that doesn't serve you. All of those thoughts you've been thinking. This Camel card says, if you cannot love yourself, how in the fuck do you expect anybody else to love you? Minus the fuck. I threw that in as an extra little decorative detail. Thought, seemed fitting. Or it's just my seriously bad habit of swearing. One of the two. But think about this. We put ourselves into some really, really shitty spots sometimes. But essentially we put ourselves in the reality that surrounds us. So if there is a lack of love, there is a lack of support, lack of courage, whatever it is, guess who's in charge of changing that? You. Before you can convince yourself to change, you have to convince yourself that you are worthy of love. You are so fucking lovable. You have so much to offer. Let the magic in. Dance to your own rhythm, your own beat, giving 0 fucks to what anybody else thinks. Because you, your heart, your soul, your thoughts, your beliefs, your dreams are what truly matter. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are all in harmony. A little closing reminder from our friend Gandhi. I'm wishing you guys the most amazing January. I love you very much. I appreciate you guys. Over 2,500 subscribers. You guys literally have changed my life. I can't even tell you how much the plethora of comments mean to me. I have no words, if you can believe that one. See, yeah, miracles happen every day. Miracles happen. I love you guys. Happy New Year. I'll see you in February. Much love.